RiverBender.com.
We only got a few moments until the drilling starts, so we better get the quiet time in now. Sydney, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, CJ?
Well, I would be better if my migraine would go away, but whenever you have the rattling of power tools into a damn microphone that causes a frequency in my headphones, I feel like I'm honestly like in an experiment right now.
Yeah, you're kind of like one of those rats that they like,
That's true.
they like torture a little bit and see what happens. Yeah.
So I'll probably be on channel 11 later on the
Well,
news.
fingers crossed you. Well, if it happens, here's hoping RiverBender gets it first.
That's
How about
right.
that?
There you go.
There you go.
So you wrote about your love of writing about nonprofits and communities organizations.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So this time around, I wrote about just how much I enjoy writing about the community and talking to community members and hearing.
God dang it! That was the last sip of that drink.
That was
too.
unfortunate. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, just how great it is to talk to nonprofit leaders and that kind of thing and hear from the stuff that they're doing.
Well, and honestly, it's one of those things that I think that you and I both share a love for that too, because there's a lot of great nonprofits around, and honestly, some great just organizations that do really cool stuff that don't really have the time to let people know about it too.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're so busy helping people that they don't have the time to market necessarily, and so that's what we're here for to do, is to help promote their events or whatever else they have going on. And it's cool too, because I'll learn about a nonprofit via your show or via just scrolling on Facebook or whatever, and I'll discover a new one or a new to me one or whatever, and it just is fascinating. People doing the coolest things in our community, so it's so neat.
Well, and you did some really cool stuff. I do remember your RiverBend Resources series. That was interesting.
Thanks for remembering. Yeah, we're working on that and bringing it back. But I took a little bit of a hiatus just because other things were coming up and it was hard to find the time for it. But yeah, you were given. I don't know why it said getting given. I do get paid to speak for a leg. That's a shirt, getting given. There we go. Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but we can print it. You were given a lot of work pretty quickly.
I was busy. No, and that's a good thing. Again, that means good things are happening. But yeah, my RiverBend Resources article, it's like RiverBend Resources if you ... experience domestic violence or struggle with addiction or have experienced food insecurity or, whatever else. And I'm always looking for other experiences to like highlight too. So again, if anyone has any ideas or anything they want to see highlighted, Sydney, spelled like the city in Australia, SYDNEY, Sydney at RiverBender.com.
Her email does work.
It does, believe it or not. I do receive emails and respond to them even sometimes. So,
what was your first or not first, but what's your favorite nonprofit so far?
Oh, that's a hard
story.
question.
I know it is.
Why would you do that to
because
me?
you know what? I feel like after the mental abuse that I just went through for the last hour, I might as well put you in the firing line a bit. You
got me. Well, okay. Well, I have a soft spot for the overnight warming location because I spend some time there. I do, which is great. So big shout out to them. I think they're doing great work. And I'm happy to be a part of that every winter. But other than that, I also, every time I get to write about like Oasis Women's Center, that's like awesome.
You did a good job covering her passing. I mean, that was really sad. Yeah, that was a sad day.
Yeah, she's a great person. And yeah, the executive director, she passed away a couple of weeks ago. And so, my condolences to her loved ones, but she did some incredible work in the community. And it was just, it was a good opportunity to highlight not only her, but the work she did and also just what Oasis is doing in general. I think it's incredible what they're up to. So that Metro East Every Survivor Counts, that's a great organization in Wood River out of RFM, RiverBend Family Ministries. They're working with survivors of sexual violence to support them, and they even meet survivors in the emergency room. They come to the emergency room and advocate for you, which is so amazing. So yeah,
that's interesting. I didn't know about that one.
Start reading my articles.
That's true.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're right.
It's incredible work that like throughout the community, there's just incredible work going on. So it's just a real gift to be able to highlight these people.
Honestly, it really is. And it's one of those things where we have so many great assets and resources that we just don't know about, I think. And that's really where it is, because it's not like like, yeah, every once in a while, you know, a nonprofit will get a grant for advertising, but that's pretty, you know, that's sprinkled in, and that's throughout a lot of other things just to get the word out on. So to be able to promote them and put them on a platform is a good thing.
Well, for sure. And I love when you have nonprofits in here. Like, I know you have Foster's Light in the Dark coming in soon and that kind of thing. And that's just other great work.
She has a great story.
She has an incredible story. And I talk to people sometimes, and I say this sometimes, but I talk to a lot of folks that are going through something tragic. That just is the nature of the job. Like, there are people who have experienced some kind of tragedy, and it is incredible when these people take this tragedy and they make it into something positive like that. And it just is, they have my utmost respect. And so it just is incredible and an honor to be able to really highlight these folks and highlight these community members who are doing great things in our community.
Did you think it would be hard to get the stories?
What do you mean?
Like, at first, you know, whenever you first started writing, like, did you think it'd be hard to get the contact or get the phone call going and all that? Like, was there ever any difficulty in that, or did it kind of just go easy for you?
That's interesting. I don't know. It's people ask me sometimes, like, do you get assigned stories or do you come up with them yourself? And the answer is kind of a combination of things. So some stories just, our content director, Dan Brannon, he'll tell me about and say, hey, can you cover this? And I'll do that happily. But a lot of the times, too, I get kind of the freedom to go and find my own stories, which is really cool. So, just to answer your question, just scrolling on Facebook is what I do a lot of the time. And that is how I find a lot of organizations and groups that are doing some really incredible work around here. And so it's not hard to find. It's not hard to find people who are doing great things, you know?
Right.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
And really, you're 1,000% right about that.
Yeah.
It's just taken, because I think a lot of times too, like, I love the way that you guys do your news, because it's not trying to draw a fire when there shouldn't be a fire drawn, you know? And so, like, to be able to take the time and, you know, reach out about those stories, like the one that I thought was great was the Facebook post that went nuts, but we did the story on the guy that's going to have his birthday party coming up here soon.
Yeah, that's a great story.
And it's things like that where I'm like, you know, I would much rather read that than go in depth over a criminal and some crime that was committed, because, like, I want to be informed on those, but I would much rather, if I had to choose, read a positive, uplifting story, because there's so many of them, like, seriously, in town.
Well, and I'm lucky that I get to write a lot of those. I'm very lucky I get to write a lot of stories about like the nonprofits and the organizations that are doing great work. And it just is a little bit of like, it's heartwarming, but it also like lifts me up a little bit and reminds me that like this work is like really worthwhile. You know, I'm not a doctor. I faint at the sight of blood. I'm not an attorney that can advocate for people who are struggling. But what I do is
you cry when you argue.
I do a little bit. I do cry a little bit when I argue. But what I can do is write, and I can sort of write, and I want to be able to use that for good, basically. So that's kind of what I try to do with these stories.
I love it. That's good.
Thanks.
Keep up the good work,
I
Sydney.
appreciate that.
Now I gotta ask you this. Can you take a quick break with me?
Absolutely.
We'll come back and we'll chat up a little bit more with Sydney, and we'll have some fun as this Thursday rolls around. By the way, man, I have never been more nervous to get into a damn building today.
Dude.
I've done a lot of I haven't done a lot of dumb things lately, actually, for quite a long time. So I feel, I'm looking at the windshield type of thing, not looking in the rear view.
Love that for you.
But man, like, it was just like a flashback. I'm like, I've seen this site before.
Yeah, that was a little alarming.
There's some training going on today. So if you guys saw a bunch of people getting geared up, it wasn't because they were taking me out of here.
No,
it was
believe it or not.
It was just because of some training.
But no, it was a little nerve-wracking to come in and see the cars and all that.
Well, and too, I think it's good to let people know that, just because with the state of the environment lately about, and not just making it, but, people always send in photos and go, oh, look, there's an active scene here when there's not necessarily one.
Yeah.
So good to let them know that it's just a training day. Just a training day. I'm still safe. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with Sydney for a little bit. I'm debating if I play the Puddle of Mud interview today or if I do that, because Friday, here's what happened. I booked way too many guests again. I do this all the damn time, where I'll have a normal show for 4 days and then I'll have like 6 guests on Friday.
You get busy sometimes.
Well, it's my stupidity. I'm doing it to myself. I don't know why I just don't say, well, it's booked already. I'm like, we'll just bump this guy to 9:40.
Squeeze it in.
We'll do 10 o'clock here, and then we'll do 10:10 here, and then We still got a 1035, I think. So I don't know. Let me check. We'll check during the break.
We'll
I don't
come
want
back.
Yeah.
And we'll you know what we can do? We can, during the next segment area, we can like plan out your show for the next few days. Because I know you need me. I'm just kidding. You don't need me at all. You got
I'm
this.
just debating. I'm like, do I surprise you all with the Wes Scantlin interview today? It's a great one.
That sounds awesome. I look forward to hearing it.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll take a quick break, come back with Sydney, and have some more fun right after this in the heart of the 618.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Well, somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that I had in February of last year. It's not confidential. I've got potential. Ready, let's roll on to something new.
Welcome back.
It's told and I'm leaving.
Welcome back. Sitting back in the studio. Blog Talk, doing the good work of writing about some great people.
Well, then that's what it's all about, is just to tell the stories. And most of these people like that I talk to, like the executive directors of these nonprofits and stuff like that, like these are their babies, like they care about these nonprofits. Like these are absolutely like their children. And so for them to trust me to tell those stories is just an honor. So happy to be here and do it.
Well, and honestly, thank you for all the writing you do for us, because because man, it's been a full week of staying in the top 3%.
You've been busy,
full week of the top 3% in the world.
Look at you go. Yep. Very impressive.
But, you actually help make the show. You do, because you write the articles. Like Barry Manilow writes the song. He writes the songs. That was a song. Okay.
I got you.
Didn't know if you heard that one with Dawn.
We got there.
Okay. So you've helped write and work hard to write articles to help other people. And during like the winter months and stuff, you really do a lot to make sure about the overnight warming locations and their needs. Is there any, if you could pick a handful that you'd want them to know about today, what are some that you're like top of mind? I know you mentioned some earlier with Al and some of the, is there any others that come to your mind that you're like, man, these are good ones, we need to do follow-ups?
Ooh, I don't know. I think everything with Riverbend Family Ministries is pretty impressive. So
yeah, they're great.
Big shout out to them. I know you had Tammy and Rachel on the show not too long ago, and they were doing great work too. So shout out to those guys. All around, big shout out. I know, like we said, Foster's Light in the Dark is coming on soon, which will be great. I just spoke to Locust Street Resource Center up in Carlinville, which is a group that is doing mental health support for folks, including a 24-hour crisis diversion walk-in clinic, which is really cool. So big shout out there. There's all kinds of people around here doing incredible work, and Centerstone's not a nonprofit, but we can give a shout out to Centerstone, because they're doing incredible work in general as an organization and helping out a lot of folks in our community. So those are some topics that are very important to me. So sexual violence, mental health, those kind of things are just, I've always written about those kind of things. So I think that seeing, these organizations that are doing work to help folks and survivors in our community, like, that's incredible.
Now, did you realize that you'd be volunteering for these groups after you write about them?
Well, I got lucky a couple of times. Here's the thing. You can only write about something so many times before you're like, okay, I have to go check it out myself. And that's what happened both times that I went out and volunteered with, I volunteered with Hope Animal Rescues and the overnight warming location. And I was like, you know what? I need to go see these things for real and go see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, you toured Hope. How was it?
I did. That was incredible. Yeah. So big shout out to Hope Animal Rescues too, because they're doing incredible work to helping dogs that are on the euthanasia list to get out of the, into the shelter and survive and get adopted into families. So that was a really incredible. Big shout out to them. So that was great. And I'd love to go back and actually do some cleaning. I did a little bit of cleaning when I was there, but I'd like to actually get my hands dirty and pet some dogs and hang out a little bit. So this is me challenging myself.
Did you just sleep in Heavenly Peace too?
I didn't. No, I haven't done much with them yet. So that's one that I need to learn more about, because I know that they're doing incredible work for the community. All God's Children Shall Have Shoes, I think is what it's called, is one too, that they do great work and give shoes to kids around the back to school time.
Yeah.
And that's pretty great. And I just love it all. I love hearing these people that are doing incredible work. So.
Well, and like, it's just, right now, if you look at our top viewed stories, they're all they're all terrible and sad. And that's why it's good whenever you get a good, feel good story. That's also a call to action that helps that nonprofit. It's great to see those in the trending too, because there's seriously so much good around here. It's just sometimes, the bad always outweighs the good when it comes to, the human talk box, and all that
Yeah, the
stuff.
Headlines. People want to know what's going on, which is completely understandable.
Oh, God,
but,
yeah.
It's great when we can throw in a story that just has some positivity to it. And so whether you are reading these stories because you want to help or because you need help or whatever your situation is, it just is great knowing that these organizations are out there and doing work out here that is affordable or free or, whatever their situation is, they are helping the community, and the community is receiving and giving back by contributing to these organizations. So I don't know. It just makes me happy. I just wanted to talk about that this week.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
I'm glad you talk about things that make you happy.
I appreciate that.
I talk about things that kind of grind my gears a lot on this show.
Well, again, you're reading some of the sad stories, so it gets you going.
Speaking of that, grinding, we haven't had any grinding sounds in the last 25 minutes.
You just absolutely jinxed yourself. I don't know why you would have said that.
Man, that was a rough hour.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough hour.
Well, and then I feel bad because I do on a Zoom interview, and I know he can hear it.
Yeah.
And he's just being nice and not saying nothing. But it's okay.
So shout out to
Dustin Terry.
Yeah.
He's the last year's champion of the F1.
I look forward to writing about him.
That'll be a fun story. I think that'll be
great. I'm in touch with Tim Siebold about getting some profiles of some of the racers this year. So
That's
I'm excited
what we're doing.
about that. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Going hand in hand now.
We're working together.
Look at that.
Yeah.
One step at a time. Keeping the youth of RiverBender.com going.
Absolutely. The under 30 section. We're going. So
we can do our own 30 under 30.
There we
only
go.
Two of us. There's three. We got Ashley and Brand. Oh, 4.
We got a few.
4.
Yeah.
We got 4.
That's
How about
pretty
that?
impressive.
Is Dalton under 30?
I think so. Shout out Dalton.
There we go.
So,
yeah, 5. Look at that.
Look at
the
us
youth
go.
is alive and well at RiverBender.com. With that being said, so when can we stay tuned for your RiverBend resources?
It's coming. It's coming soon. I have a bunch of other ideas and things that I want to write about, and it just is, getting the time to do that, because there are a million other pressing things that come up, every day too, which is great because that means that great things are happening in the community. But I really want to get going back on the RiverBend resources stories. And again, if you have any suggestions or ideas, or if you have a nonprofit out there that you want to spread the word about, Sydney, spelt like the city in Australia, SYDNEY, Sydney at RiverBender.com. Email me, let me know what's going on, and we'll get a story out. It'll be good.
There you go. Working on any good ones this week?
Yeah, so I went to the Jersey County Fair last night, which was very fun. Lots going on. So I went and saw the pageant, and so we got a couple of stories. You're going to meet the Little Miss Jersey County Fair Queen and Miss Jersey County Fair Queen, which both, I can tell you right now, are very nice people because I met them last night. So
there you go.
We'll get 2 stories out about that and this morning. And then, everything else going on. There's a couple of
we were
fundraisers.
talking about the pageant last year on the show, and there's a lot that goes into being Little Miss and Miss Jersey County. I mean, there's a lot of stops along the way throughout the year.
You do a lot.
Yeah.
I've never done a pageant before, so I can't speak to it, but they do a lot of work throughout the year and go to a lot of fairs and parades and that kind of thing. And I think they have a lot of fun, but it seems like a lot of fun, but it also seems like a lot of work.
Have you seen Bad Grandpa?
I actually haven't, no.
What? Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Is there a pageant?
Yes.
Really?
With Johnny Knoxville when he's Bad Grandpa, and that's one of the ending scenes is he has to win some money. He wants to win some money, so he puts his grandson in the beauty pageant.
That's funny.
And
I should check that
puts
out.
a wig on, and then they have their own dance.
There we go. I should check that out. That
Pour
sounds
Some
pretty
Sugar
good.
on Me by Def Leppard.
That's a good song. It's a good song. That's pretty exciting.
The horror on the faces of the people that were there. Some of them paid actors, I'm sure.
Yeah, hopefully most of them.
Others not.
While I'm here, I want to...
Okay, this is scary.
Just really quick, I want to shout out, and forgive me for pulling out my phone, but Shabra Hudson, just passed away a couple days ago, and I want to shout out that she has, there's a fundraiser coming up for her, and there's a couple of fundraisers. One is today from 12 to 5 p.m., July 10th, which is today. All haircuts are $10, and all proceeds will be donated to her family.
Where's
and
that?
That's at Oakwood Center.
Okay.
And then also later on, I believe it's Sunday, and a story is forthcoming, so you will be able to see this on RiverBender.com later today, too. But on Sunday, there is also a fundraiser, fish sandwiches, $10.
I saw that. Yeah.
We wrote about that already once, but I'm going to put out something else again today, and that's at Oakwood Center as well. So, yes, just wanted to, while we're here, just wanted to say those things. Those are opportunities to help a family that could use some help.
I feel so bad for them. My heart breaks for them,
it's
truly.
Sickening. So, yeah, just if you can do anything, if you can go out or if you can donate, that'd be wonderful.
100%. Sydney, thanks for all you do to cover all that stuff.
Thank you.
And we'll take a quick. Now, here's what we'll do.
Let's hear it.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
An empty drawer.
Not so empty drawer.
You got what you needed.
Heads for the Wes Scotland interview today, tails for tomorrow. Okay. We're going to see what we can do here. Tomorrow.
What's going to happen now?
I don't know. We got such a busy show. I think that, you know what? I might come back with it.
Yeah.
I think that's what we might do.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I think that we're going to come back with I already told people it was going to be on Friday. And then
so you're just surprising everybody,
I'm
which is
throwing
great.
out the surprises. Hey, let's do that now. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with Puddle of Mud frontman Wes Scantlin. And there's some good stories in there.
I look forward to hearing it. It sounds like
we
it's
had
gonna
a
be
good
fun
time.
show.
It was seriously a good one. So you stay there and I'll be back. Kind of. I talked to Wes yesterday, so I'll be in the studio right after this.